Welcome to the North State Communications multimedia training video on the provisioning of group features and services. The purpose of this video is to enable both internal and external group administrators to successfully provision features such as auto attendance and hunt groups, and also to manage call services like calling plans, account and authorization codes, and shared call appearances. Administrator policies governing access configuration and provisioning of the web portal have been established by North State, so please contact customer support with any access-related questions. To log in as a group administrator, point your web browser to ews.northstateip.net. The web portal login screen will prompt you to enter in your user ID and password, both of which have been provided to you by North State. You can also choose to enable the Remember Password option and bookmark the page. If you are using a shared computer or a computer located in a public space, we recommend that you do not enable the Remember Password option. Once you have entered in your user ID and password, click Login. If this is your first time logging into the web portal, you will be prompted to change your password. To do this, enter in your existing password and the new password of your choice. We recommend using a combination of alpha, numeric, and special characters to create a strong password. When finished, click OK to continue to your web portal. Each time you log into the web portal, you will first be presented with the Profile menu. The Profile section of the Group Administrator's web portal provides access to all users and administrators in the group, the ability to modify and create departments, and creation of business and holiday time schedules. One of the most common requests for group administrators is to reset and change a user's web or voice portal password. To do this, click on Users, then type in the user's last name and click Search. You can then click on Edit to access that user's profile. To change either password, select the appropriate radio button and then type in the new password. Typically, this will be a default password providing temporary web or voice portal access. Upon successful login, the user can then change the password to one of their choosing. Please note that if the user has a subscription to the North State Assistant Toolbar, you will also have to instruct them to change that password as it is the same as the web portal. When finished, click OK. Typically, departments are only used for organizational management of very large groups, as they provide no additional routing or call control functionality. For example, if your company is contained in one group but has multiple geographic locations, it may be easier for administrators and other users to identify them by using departments. Begin by clicking on the feature link. To add a department, click on Add, and then enter in the department name. If the department you are creating will be a sub-department, select the parent department using the pull-down window. Finish by clicking OK. You can then associate a user with a department by navigating to the user's profile page and using the pull-down menu next to Departments. The holiday schedule feature link will be displayed if you have subscribed to the automated attendance service. The menu allows you to input your company's holiday schedule for the entire year, so you can select it from a pull-down list within your automated attendant profile. Using the holiday schedule in the Auto Attendant will automatically invoke your company's after-hours greeting and IVR menu on the days specified in the holiday schedule. To save your schedule, simply click OK. The Group Time Schedule feature allows you to input several different time schedules that can be used by group services like Automated Attendant, and also for user-based services like Selective Acceptance and Sequential Ring. Click the Time Schedule feature link to access, add, or modify time schedule entries. To add a time schedule, click the Add button and enter in a name. For this example, we are going to enter in a business hours time schedule, which you would need to configure if subscribed to the Automated Attendant service. Next, select the start days that you would like to apply to this time schedule, for example, Monday through Friday. Next, enter in the start times utilizing the hour, minute format, followed by AM or PM. Then repeat for end day and end time. Once you have entered in your business hours schedule, click OK. Now your time schedule will be available to all service features that can execute time of day routing. For more information on Auto Attendant setup, please see the Auto Attendant section of this training video. One of the most commonly used services in a business environment is the Automated Attendant. Using this service provides your company with automated incoming call services like business and after-hours greetings, dial-by-name directory, and destination-based call routing. It also provides your customers with direct access to employees and announcements. You can also have more than one Automated Attendant within your company, known as a nested Auto Attendant, which will be explained in this training video. To configure an Auto Attendant, click on the Services link in the Options menu. Then click on Auto Attendant. All of the Auto Attendants assigned to your business will be displayed and be available for editing. To edit an existing Auto Attendant, begin by clicking on the Edit link. Then click Profile. The options that can be modified by group administrators will be displayed in field boxes. Begin by assigning an Auto Attendant name of your choice. Our example will be Customer Support. The calling line ID first and last name fields will be displayed to called parties when receiving calls from the Auto Attendant. If you are using the Departments layer, select the department by using the pull-down menu. The time zone field will be populated with the correct information by the service provider and should not be changed. You can then select your business hours time schedule using the pull-down menu. You can also select your holiday schedule to invoke the after-hours greeting and IVR menu for those days. If you have not created time schedules for business hours and holidays, please see the Time Schedules section of this video. Unless you are using departments, leave the extension and name dialing scope set to Group. Lastly, decide how you would like callers to be able to enter in names for the dial-by-name directory. Please note that the dial-by-name directory is automatically generated for all users in a group. You can now click the Business Hours menu link to proceed to the Business Hours menu. The Business Hours menu will let you select the active greeting and configure the Interactive Voice Response or IVR menu for the Auto Attendant during business hours. If you leave everything set to default, then callers will hear a system greeting telling them their call is being answered by an automated attendant and presenting the following IVR options: 0 for an operator, 1 to enter in your party's extension, or 2 for the dial by name directory. To use this configuration, simply enter in the extension or telephone number of your receptionist in the phone number field to the right of the 0 key description. Then finish to save the default settings by clicking OK. If you would like to customize your auto attendant, first begin by deciding what the IVR routing functions will be and then populate the IVR menu. Simply type in the description, use the pull-down menu for action, and then enter in the extension or telephone number as required. For example, 1 for the sales hunt group, 2 for the technical support hunt group, 0 for operator, 9 for dial by name, and star to repeat the menu. If you would like callers to be able to dial an extension immediately, check the box next to Enable First Level Extension Dialing. Next, write out a script based on these settings. For example, thank you for calling ABC Company, your leader in ABC technology. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. To speak with sales, press 1. For technical support on your ABC product, press 2. To use our dial by name directory, press 9. For all other calls, press 0 for an operator or star to repeat. This example uses hunt groups for sales and technical support, but you can also use the IVR menu to transfer to another auto attendant, often referred to as a nested auto attendant. Also, when selecting the Transfer with Prompt action, callers will hear a system message stating the extension or telephone number that they are being transferred to. Whereas when Transfer without Prompt is selected, they will start hearing ringback immediately. Once finished, click OK to be taken back to the previous menu. Now, click on the After Hours menu link. The Greeting and IVR menu will be active for all days and times outside of your business hours time schedule, in addition to any days incurring holidays. Configuration is the same as business hours, so when you have completed the configuration, click OK. To record your greeting via a telephone handset, you will need the extension and password of your voice portal. The voice portal extension can be found under Services, Voice Portal, and is located in the extension field. The default password will have been provided to you by NorthState. To begin, dial your voice portal number and at the prompt, enter in the 4-digit extension of the voice portal and then your default password. Please note, if you are using your IP telephone, you will need to press the star key to return to the main menu before you will be prompted to enter in the mailbox number of the voice portal. Also, returning to the main menu will not work if the user has set up auto login to their portal. You can now record your business hours greeting. Once finished, you will be prompted to repeat the process for your after hours menu, which will automatically be invoked for all days and times not contained in your business hours time schedule. To record your greeting from your personal computer, using either a USB or analog microphone, follow the steps in the Record Greeting section of this video. Then select Personal Greeting from your auto attendant. Then click the Browse button to locate your file. Finish by clicking OK. And repeat for your after hours greeting. A hunt group provides a way to route calls to a group of selected users via an auto attendant or direct inward dial number. For example, in our training session on automated attendance, we used hunt groups for sales and technical support IVR prompts. To configure a hunt group, begin by clicking on Services, then Hunt Group. All hunt groups assigned to your business will be displayed and available for editing. To edit a hunt group, click on the Edit link. Then click Profile. The options that can be modified by group administrators will be displayed in the field boxes. Begin by assigning the hunt group a name, for example, Sales Hunt Group. The calling line ID first and last name fields will be displayed to called parties when receiving calls from the hunt group. If using the Departments layer, select the department using the pull-down menu. The time zone field will be populated with the correct information by North State and should not be changed. If you would like to allow agents to answer more than one call at a time, check the box next to Allow Call Waiting on Agents. To view a list of available users that could be assigned to the hunt group, click the Search button and scroll down. The available users list will then populate, and you can select users by highlighting their name and then clicking Add. You can also select multiple users by holding down the Control button while you left-click the user's name. Next, we can configure the group routing policy. Hunt groups can route incoming calls to agents using 5 different routing policies. We're going to begin with the circular routing policy. Circular policy routes incoming calls through agents in the order they appear in the list, starting with the agent following the last agent to receive a call. So in our list, if Mark was the last agent to receive a call, the next incoming call would go to Matt. When the search reaches the end of the list, it starts at the top and continues until it has tried all agents. Circular Hunt works great in most applications. The regular policy routes incoming calls through agents in the order they appear in the list, starting from the top each time. This type of hunt policy is great for overflow call routing. For example, if Shannon, Mark, and Matt are the primary telephone sales representatives for the sales hunt group, routed from the main auto attendant, you would put Shannon, Mark, and Matt in the first, second, and third slots. You can do this by selecting the user you want to move and then click on the Move Up or Move Down buttons. If all 3 are on the phone and you do not want to route the 4th or 5th callers to voicemail, you can then assign backup sales representatives Nick and Dave to the 4th and 5th slots. In these positions, using a regular hunt policy, Nick and Dave will only receive calls if the primary sales representatives are currently in a call. The simultaneous policy routes incoming calls to all agents at the same time. The first agent to answer handles the call. This policy is great for a small company, 2 to 5 office workers, that does not have an automated attendant or live receptionist to handle incoming calls to the main telephone number. For example, you can enter the company's main phone number as the pilot number for the hunt group, with all office workers listed as agents in the hunt group. Anytime there is an incoming call to the main office telephone number, all phones will ring and anyone can answer the inbound call. The uniform policy routes incoming calls to all agents in order, starting with the agent who has been idle the longest and ending with the agent who most recently answered a call. This policy is great for ensuring proportionate inbound call routing in sales, customer service, and technical support environments. The weighted call distribution policy routes incoming calls to idle agents based on the percentage assigned to them in the Hunt Group profile page. By default, users are assigned percentages that will distribute incoming calls evenly, so you will need to modify the entries accordingly. For example, if the 3 agents in the Hunt Group handle Unix operating system technical support, you might want to assign the agent with the most Unix experience and knowledge the highest percentage, allowing them to receive the majority of incoming calls. Conversely, if the majority of incoming Unix support calls are general and rudimentary, you can assign your Unix guru the lowest percentage and have your general agents transfer more technical calls to that agent as needed. To assign weighted call distribution percentages, first complete the Hunt Group setup, and then navigate to the Hunt Group profile page for entry. Enter in your percentages, making sure they total 100%, and click OK. The last group of settings for the Hunt Group are the no answer settings, which determine the amount of time to alert each agent, in addition to overflow routing options in the event that no agent answers the call. The Skip to Next Agent option lets you specify the number of rings that the Hunt Group will alert each agent before proceeding in the group policy. Using the Forward Call option prevents callers from spending long durations listening to ringback, especially in large Hunt groups, and can also forward callers to the company receptionist or a voicemail box. If enabled, you will need to specify the time in seconds and also the call forward destination. As a general rule of thumb in North America, the standard ring cadence is 2-4, or 2 seconds of ringing followed by 4 seconds of silence. So in our example configuration displayed here, we are using the uniform routing policy with 3 agents, trying each agent for 3 rings. Based on these settings, we would want to set our forward call time in seconds to 54, because if the system tried each member of the group, by the time it finished with the 3rd agent, approximately 54 seconds would have elapsed. Please keep in mind that if you did not subscribe to a voicemail box specifically for your Hunt Group, you will have to use an individual's mailbox extension. Typically, you will want to have the caller leave a voicemail in one of the Hunt Group agents' mailbox, which will require the use of the Direct Transfer to Voicemail Feature Access Code. This will prevent call routing loops. To use Direct Transfer to Voicemail, simply enter in *55 preceding the selected user's extension. Now, if no agent picks up within 54 seconds, they will be transferred directly into the specified agent's voicemail box. To finish the general configuration, just click OK. You can also assign additional routing and alert features to the Hunt Group by clicking the Assign Features link. Some of these features include Call Forward Busy, Call Forward Selective, and Priority Alert. Call Forward Busy allows you to route calls when all agents are busy, while Call Forwarding Selective allows you to assign a time schedule to the Hunt Group. For example, route calls directly to an auto attendant for after-hour calls. Priority Alert allows you to create a distinctive ring for calls coming from the Hunt Group so employees can differentiate between DID and Hunt Group calls. Music on Hold provides your callers with audio during call hold and call park. By default, a pre-configured music selection will be played to your callers, but you can also upload your own music file or record a marketing or sales announcement that can be uploaded to the system. To configure Music on Hold settings or upload a new file, click on Services, then click the Music Video on Hold feature link. By default, you will see the group Music Video on Hold listing, so click the Edit link. Begin by selecting when you want your callers to hear the audio. We suggest enabling both call hold and call Park. If you want to continue to use the system music file, just click OK. If you would like to upload your own music file, first, ensure that the file is in WAV format using CCITT ULAW, 8 kHz 8-bit mono encoding, and transfer it to your personal computer. Then select Custom Music Video File. Then select Browse to locate it, and finish by clicking OK. To record a sales or marketing pitch, follow the steps outlined in the Record Greetings section of this training video. Shared call appearance allows users to have their number register and appear on multiple devices at the same time. It is one of the most useful features in a business environment, commonly used in executive administrator configurations, and users with multiple devices. In an executive admin role, the admin can screen incoming calls and place outgoing calls for the executive directly from their own telephone. Adding a shared call appearance is done at the user level, so begin by clicking Profile, Users, and then click Search. For our example, we are going to place Mark Smith's number, our executive, on Matt Smith's phone, the admin. So we will select Matt Smith from the list. Then click on Call Control, Shared Call Appearance, and then Add. Using the pull-down menu, select the MAC address of the device to which the number will appear under the Identity Device Profile. In this case, it will be the MAC address of Matt Smith's phone. Please keep in mind that the phone you want to place the appearance on must support at least 2 lines and have one available. Then enter in the line port information, which will be the executive's 10-digit telephone number followed by a -1 for the first appearance. If you are adding the executive's number to more than one device, then the next device's line port would be 10-digit phone number followed by -2, and so on. For shared call appearance to work properly in the majority of call applications, enable all 3 options and then select OK. Once back on the main screen, you can choose to enable alerts to all appearances for click-to-dial calls. This refers to the calls made from the Executive Assistance toolbar or Call Manager if subscribed to. For an executive admin scenario, it is not recommended that you enable Alert All Appearances for click-to-dial calls, because then anytime the executive uses click-to-dial, the admin's phone would be alerted. However, if you are setting up a shared call appearance for one user with multiple devices, you can enable it so the user can pick up the device that they are closest to. If you would like to allow the user to dial a feature access code to retrieve an existing active call from another location, then ensure the Allow Call Retrieve from Another Location box is checked. A complete listing of all feature access codes assigned to the group and the user can be found under the Utilities Options menu item. You can also enable Multiple Call Arrangement, which refers to the ability to have simultaneous calls on the user's main device and any shared call appearance devices. This is a subscription-based service, so only users that have been assigned it will display the option. It is mostly used in the executive admin configuration to allow the admin to continue to screen calls for the executive even while that person is in a call. Unless instructed by North State, do not enable Allow Bridging between locations or a bridge warning tone. If at any time you need to delete a shared call appearance, you can just select the Delete checkbox and select OK. Please note, if you need more than 3 shared call appearances for a specific user, you will need to contact North State to purchase and assign those additional appearances. Account and authorization codes provide a way to track and authorize calls made outside the company. Account codes enable call tracking by prompting users to enter in a predetermined account code each time a call is made outside the company. Users that have been assigned account codes will see a list in their web portal. For example, if 3 members of your company are assigned to a particular project and need to keep track of telephone calls for reimbursement purposes, you can assign them an account code for that project. Please note, however, that no code validation is present for account codes. Authorization codes differ from account codes in that users with authorization codes assigned to them must enter in a validated code before a call is connected, providing an option to exempt local and toll-free calls. This is a great way to prevent unauthorized use or abuse of long-distance and international calling. Begin by clicking on Account and Authorization Codes under the Options menu. Then click Administration. First, select either account or authorization codes by clicking the appropriate radio button. For this example, we will cover account codes. Next, you can select the number of digits contained in the account code, with a minimum of 2 digits and a maximum of 14. We will select 4. You have the option to allow local and toll-free calls without entering in a code, which will vary based on each application. Now you can select the users that the account codes will apply to by clicking Search. Moving non-restricted users to the mandatory usage block will require a code to be entered for all outbound calls. Placing users in the optional feature access-based code usage block will allow the users to decide when they want to enter in the code. For example, if the user is going to make a call regarding the project being tracked, they would dial a star code, which is *71 by default, which would then play a prompt asking for the account code. The optional block is only available for account codes. Once you have selected your users, click OK. To add your account codes, click on Codes Management and then Add. Because we specified the account code to be 4 digits, enter in a 4-digit number and give it a description name. Then click OK. Setting up authorization codes is done in the exact same manner, so we will not cover them in this training video. Under the Options menu, click on the Calling Plan feature link. Incoming and outgoing calling plans enable you to allow or block specific call types being received by or placed by all members in the group. Some of these call types are Collect, International, Operator Assisted, and 900-976 numbers. In addition to originating calls, the calling plans also allow control over initiating call forwards and group being forwarded or transferred. Clicking on the feature link for Incoming Calling Plan enables you to allow or block certain types of incoming calls. By default, allowing calls from inside and outside the group is enabled and should not be changed. If you wish to allow callers to receive collect calls, you can enable the box and then click OK. To configure your outgoing calling plan, click on the feature link. The outgoing calling plan provides an effective way to manage the types of calls that can be made by all users in the group. Most of the call types are self-explanatory, but others, such as Special Service 1 and 2, Premium Services 1 and 2, and Casual Dialing may not be familiar to you. Special Service 1 refer to calls to 700 numbers, which may or may not be chargeable. Special Service 2 is reserved by North State Communications and is currently not in use. Premium Service 1 and 2 refer to chargeable calls to 900 and 976 numbers, respectively. Lastly, Casual Dialing refers to dialing 1010 numbers to make long-distance calls. For example, 1010-456. Just use the pull-down menu to allow, block, or require an authorization code for the specific call type. The legend for these selections is located below the list. By default, you will be in the Group Originating Call Plan, but you can switch to Initiating Call Forwards and Group Forward Transferred to by clicking on the desired tab. Once you have finished configuring the outgoing calling plan, click OK. You can also use the Transfer Numbers feature located under the Calling Plan Options menu for a particular call type. This will automatically transfer a call to a specific location when that call type is dialed. For example, if you would like to have the receptionist authorize and complete all international calls, select T1 from the pull-down menu. Then select OK. Next, click on the Transfer Numbers feature link and enter in the receptionist extension in the Transfer 1 number box for your group default. Finish by clicking OK. Now, when anyone dials an international call, they will be redirected to the receptionist who can then authorize and complete the call. While these settings will affect all users in the group, individual user calling plans can be modified at the user level. For example, if you have restricted international calls at the group level, you can give access to the CEO by navigating to that user by clicking on Profile, Users, and search to locate your CEO's user profile. Once in the user's profile, click Calling Plans, then Outgoing Calling Plan. You can now enable custom settings and change the international call restriction from T1 to Allowed. To save your changes, just click OK. If more granularity is required when allowing or blocking calls, digit strings provide an easy solution. Digit strings filter incoming and outgoing calls based on exact digit string patterns, like a 10-digit phone number. To add a digit string, click on the feature link and then click the Add button. Then provide a name and enter the digits exactly as they would be dialed or received. For example, if you wanted to block all outgoing calls to a local competitor, you would enter in the 7-digit phone number as the digit string. If it were a long-distance competitor, you would enter in the full 10-digit phone number. To finish, click OK. You will now see your digit string listed, and you can click OK to return to the calling plan screen. Because we want to block outgoing calls to this party, select Outgoing Digit Plan. Then select N from the pull-down menu in order to block the calls. Now, anytime a user in the group attempts to dial that number, they will hear a treatment message stating that they are not able to make that call and to contact their system administrator for assistance. To finish, click OK. If you would like the digit string to be applied to incoming calls, click the Incoming Calling Plan feature link. To block the digit string, uncheck the box and then click OK. Please note that you can also use the star character as a wildcard. For example, to allow or block all calls from area code 847, just enter in 847 star and click OK to finish. By default, all users contained in a group will be listed in the group directory, found under the Utilities feature link. You can view the directory by clicking Search, or print a summary or detail view of the directory by clicking on the appropriate link to open a new browser window. The group directory can also be accessed via the North State Assistant toolbar and Call Manager if subscribed to. If you would like to add outside contacts to these directories, such as vendors and customers, you can use the Common Phone List feature by clicking on the Common Phone List feature link. If you only have a few contacts to add, simply click the Add button, then enter in the name and telephone number and click OK. The contact will now be visible within the user's group directory. For those of you with many contacts to import, you'll want to click on the Import Phone List link. In order to import a common phone list, the names and numbers have to be contained in comma-delimited file format, commonly known as CSV. Many common contact management programs, such as ACT, Salesforce.com, and Microsoft Outlook, contain tools to export the native contact directory to CSV file format. Please see your program's help file for the appropriate steps. Another option is to create a CSV file yourself. To do this, open up a simple text editor like Microsoft Notepad. Begin on line 1 by entering in the word NAME in double quotations, then insert a comma, followed by the word NUMBER in double quotations. On the next line, you can begin entering in your contact information in the exact same format, double quotations around the name, followed by a comma, and ending with double quotations around the number. Once you have finished, click File, Save As, choose a location, then select all file types from the pull-down menu across from Save As Type. Finally, enter in a name for your file with a CSV file extension and then click Save. Next, click on the Browse button to locate your contact's CSV file. Finish by clicking OK. If your import was successful, you will now see all of your contacts displayed in your web portal. These contacts will now be visible in a user's group directory. This section of the training video covers the recording of auto attendant and music on hold greetings and announcements through your personal computer. As mentioned earlier in this training video, you can record your greetings and announcements over the telephone by dialing into the voice portal number provided by North State and selecting the appropriate service option. For those of you with USB or analog microphones, you can also record your greetings and announcements on your personal computer and upload them through the North State web portal. This will provide an easy way for you to manage and archive your greetings. In order to successfully upload a greeting or announcement, a specific file format must be used, which can be easily created using Windows Sound Recorder or similar audio editor. First, plug in the USB or analog microphone to your computer's USB or audio input jack. If you are using a Windows-based machine, locate and launch Sound Recorder, which is typically found in Programs, Accessories, and Entertainment. When you are ready to record, click the record button and speak your greeting into the microphone. When you are satisfied with your recorded greeting, click File, Properties, and then click Convert Now. In the Format field, select CC-ITT-U-Law. Then, in the Attributes field, select 8 kHz 8-bit mono. You can save this recording profile for future recordings by selecting Save As and assigning a name. Then click OK. With your greeting recorded in the appropriate format, click File, Save As, choose your location, then just name the file and click Save to finish. To upload your greeting or announcement, navigate to the appropriate service where the greetings or announcements are selected, then select Personal or Custom, click Browse to locate your file, then select OK to finish.